Nate here on my expat lifestyle. Beautiful backdrop behind me. It's not a green screen, this is real life. This is Bay Bay Beach in Rojas City. I wanted to kind of talk about some of the difficulties with solo travel. It's hard to talk about because I get why a lot of expats, they want to move from their home in the States to their new home in whatever country they choose, whether it be the Philippines or South Korea or Thailand or wherever they want to end up, without truly exploring all the options. There is like a loneliness that comes to solo travel. And when you get cultural fatigue, you go to a place and the people don't act like you, and you're trying to figure out why they're acting the way they're acting because it's not normative to you at all. It can leave you feeling kind of lonely sometimes. But there are ways to kind of mitigate that, to basically implement controls on the problem you're having. And it's many-parted. So you can try to go make friends. Like, for instance, thought I was going to have plans tonight with somebody, but when I texted them, they didn't text me back. Also, being here in the Philippines makes me feel socially awkward sometimes, right? I'm already kind of an introverted guy. Keep to myself most times. So when I go out and I make the effort to try to talk to people and to be social, and it's of a different culture where they're not as active of a talker as I am, they're more introverted to themselves with strangers, it makes it very difficult. It kind of makes you feel like the odd man out, like you don't belong. And in reality, you don't belong. You're a stranger in a strange land. But there is ways to mitigate it. So go out and be social. Try to make those connections if you can. If you're staying in a place less than a week, odds are you're not going to really form any good connections. Because people kind of see you as just transient and, while interesting, unimportant to make any kind of relation with. It's another benefit of the slow travel methodology I take. Stay many months in each individual place, so you can form some kind of connection, some kind of bonds before you move on. I've been using Tinder as a way to meet women. That's pretty good. It's always good to go on a date, have like a fun date. I do see a lot of the disappointment when I tell them how I'm a temporary man and I know they're looking for a husband, somebody they can have children with. Like I said, there's a lot of them that are okay with just having a temporary man too, you know? But be on the lookout for the ones that want to change you. Keeping in touch with friends back at home is a big one. So make those calls even when it's inconvenient, the time change, you're worried about waking them up. Keep those contacts back at home. You know, your friends are happy to hear from you, and friendship is important for everything, right? Places like Dumaguete, well, I say it's a landing strip, maybe for older guys or guys who aren't very comfortable being on their own, it really is a perfect spot. You've got a large group of guys that are great to hang out with, a lot of fun, different hobbies, whatever you're into, whether it be mountain biking, waterfalling, drinking, playing, watching sports. Whatever you're into, there's going to be a group of guys in an area like Dumaguete or even like Pattaya that you'll find guys that have your common interest. One of the things that guys get themselves in a lot of trouble with is, and I usually see this from recently divorced guys, or guys that maybe they're like desperately lonely. You know, they've lived such a life of quiet desperation, as Thoreau would say, that they're so hungry for any kind of connection, they make the wrong connections. Meaning they get involved with a woman that's probably not the best for them, one that acts out, uses them for their money, leads them along, runs around on them, lies to them, or even the wrong kinds of guys. Guys that'll try to get them into silly investments, guys that maybe have some kind of substance abuse problem and they'll drag them with them. Like if you've got a problem with cocaine or if you had a problem with cocaine in the past, probably don't go do that with somebody else. If you've had a problem with alcohol in the past, probably don't go hang out with guys who are drinking every day. If you have a problem with being dumb with your money, don't hang out with guys that are dumb with their money. There is a type of emotional starvation in the West. And the guys that come out here, they're trying to escape that for the most part. They're trying to escape that emotional starvation. The human doing, not human being mentality that plagues men in America immensely. You know, in America, the idea is like you're only as good as what you can provide for your family. You're only as good as what you provide for your company. So guys who live their job with retirement, or they leave their family with divorce, or their family is ripped away from them rather. These guys, they're most susceptible to the falling in with the wrong crowd. Thank you, ma'am. From Rojas, I really only talked about how you can protect yourself and not become a victim due to the way you've been treated in the West and you not understanding how you deserve to be treated. A key factor is going to be you have to be outgoing. The people you find that are the happiest out here are the ones that are very outgoing. Which, if you're introverted, might sound like a bad thing, you know? But it's not really. If you sit there and take the attitude just like back in America, that somebody has to approach you first, you're not going to get approached. Now, granted, it's going to happen to you when you're in areas with not a lot of foreigners. You'll be approached. Back at home, nobody approaches. But if you want to have like good quality friendships, you got to go to places that are part of your interests. Go meet people, exchange contact information, make plans. You have to be the one to initiate a lot of times. Don't go overboard. But if you dig somebody, you think they're cool, keep hitting them up. Don't allow yourself just to lose contact because the conversation's over. If you thought the person was cool, if not, let them go. There's more people out there, right? Both men and women, men friends and girlfriends or romantic partners. And while yeah, the dating apps are really good, you're only getting like kind of sub-quality women. If you want women that are educated, you should go hang out around the colleges. You should go hang out at libraries. You should go hang out at places. If you're into sportsy chicks, go hang out at the stadiums. Go hang out in the little sports leagues and stuff. Whatever you're into, you pretty much have to go to that. And then you'll find dudes that have similar experiences because they're into the same stuff and, you know, maybe romantic interest with the ladies. If that's your thing. And my advice would go flip for Filipinas. If you want a dude that's outgoing or, you know, outdoorsy, you should go to outdoor activities. If you want a guy that's more of an intellectual type, then you should go to places of intellectual stimulus. And that'll really help with the loneliness, but it's going to hit you sometimes. So try to be outgoing, have your hobbies, have your interests, don't introvert too much. Like I come here to Bangkok, I haven't left the hotel since I got here yesterday, except for to go to the 7-Eleven. I won't go anywhere in the city tonight. bright and early tomorrow for the airport. I've literally just been doing my investing and trying to get some videos edited and put together, and really focusing on getting everything ready for if I can do Vietnam. If not, I don't know where I'll go. Either Singapore with some flights that might be available, or I might catch a bus out to Laos, Cambodia, somewhere like that. Or might go back to Siem Reap, buying a book, sitting under Angkor Wat and read a book. Make the effort to go outgoing. Make the effort not to be off-putting. Right, when you first meet somebody, if you're shoving your political beliefs down their throat, or you're even like really bringing it up, you kind of sully things from the beginning, right? Whereas you can be friends with somebody and not agree that maybe they understand the way the world really works, or maybe they think you're some kind of tinfoil hat person, right? And someone might also think you're some kind of propagandized sheep who just consumes what they've been given their whole life, funded from the people who wish to enslave you. Who knows? Who knows, right? Do what you can to not be lonely. Do what you can to go ahead and make the friends. Something I've always said is that a place isn't really the buildings or the food. It's part of it, but that's not really it. What it actually is the people. The people make up your place, right? You might not like everyone, but you should give a lot of people a chance. Maybe you're an older guy, maybe you're more set in your ways. It would really be a great opportunity for you to start new. A lot of people, I think, that end up leaving the West are kind of disillusioned. Perhaps they're off-put by the way they see their current culture going, and they're very much set in their ways. Part of living overseas is opening up your expanses, letting go of what's not important, and really capturing what is important to you on a daily basis. I find I don't really care so much about American news except for how it affects my ability to trade. I don't really care about what I see going on anymore. My life is over here. I'd love things to go well, but I realize that I'm very powerless. Think about what's in your control, what your intent can be. Can your intent and your own actions judge a tree by its fruit? Is a biblical saying. So are your own actions going out there and giving and helping and being kind to others? Or is what you're putting out there fear, sloth, lust, greed, all the good ones, right? Gluttony. And that kind of karma way life works is if you put out very positive, you're outgoing, things seem to happen for you better, right? The better mood you put out in the world, which is you going out and talking to people. And part of that karma way of thinking where what your intent is and what you put out in the world is eventually what ends up coming back to you. I have personal experiences where I did bad things and it always came back like threefold on me. And I have experiences where I did anonymous, very good things, and good things came on to me threefold. So I've always found that like an interesting concept because I've seen it throughout my life, even before I knew what karma was. And you being that outgoing person trying to establish a connection for somebody else will assist you because the universe will give you good people who show you things, who will be good friends, who you'll enjoy good times with. It'll return that to you. Now, if you're traveling day to day, it's not really going to happen. If you're traveling month to month, maybe. But after 2 or 3 months at a location, you should have at least a couple of friends that you can go out with once a week each, work together or whatever. And that really does make the experience a lot better. But that's the thing with being a solo traveler. Being a solo traveler means you're going to be alone sometimes. That's fine. I'm not going to talk to anybody but the staff and my Grab food people here at this hotel for 2 days. That's cool. Looking forward to some quiet time. I just had constant company for a week. Ready to relax, ready to calm down. Hopefully that gave you some things to think about, be introspective about regarding the loneliness of solo travel. And I'll see you guys later down the path.